Guys, and welcome back to Pete's Carport. Today we're gonna get back into my 1995 Mercedes S500, the W140. And if you know this car, I love this car. It's the big body, it's got the extended wheelbase, it's got reclining back seats. Car is in awesome condition, but like any of these vehicles, as they get a little bit older, they do need some maintenance. One of the main things that people have issues with on this car is the awesome feature that came specifically first on the W140, and that is soft close doors. A lot of people don't know where to get to the pump, what the pump is, how to replace it, so on and so on, and how the whole system works. So I'm going to go a little bit into it today, so stay tuned. We're going to crack open our trunk, get to our pump. I'm going to show you a few other things. So let's get started. Okay, so first things first, the soft close feature was introduced on this W140 body style. And ever since then, Mercedes, even BMW, and some other manufacturers have taken this on because it's a cool feature. And let me show you what that actually is. What that does, and it's on your four doors in your trunk, when you shut it lightly, the car is going to suction in the door and then release. This feature, it tends to have issues because it was so new at this time. They use hose lines that will crack over time. They used intricate pieces in the door that are very difficult to get to, and they can go bad. It's very expensive to replace or even try to repair. And so a lot of times these features are not working. Very fortunate on my car, it was well maintained, and all four doors, including the trunk, were working great. And then I had an issue with the door speaker on the passenger side, and ever since I took the door panel apart to fix that, as well as I fixed the door strap that same day, it is no longer having this, the soft close feature. There's no leaks in the system. It's just not sending the signal to the trunk to activate the pump. And I'm going to show you how you can test this system out, where the pump is, and how to know if your pump is bad or if there's some other issue that lies there. Now, before we get into that too, there is another pump in this vehicle. And that pump is specifically for your locks, your door locks, as well as if you have the adjusting lumbar seats or the massage seats. I think it works for that too. That is located underneath your rear seat. So that is going to be located underneath that seat there. So you would remove this seat and it's going to be right underneath this one right here on this side. Now, when changing that one out, those are vehicle specific because of the door lock system that is integrated into that. So be very cautious if you buy one of those. It does need to be programmed for your vehicle. You have to bring it to Mercedes. It's not cheap. So the best thing to do is get that one repaired if that one's not working. And you can send those in. There's a guy named Victor. I think it's, I'll put a link in the comments. But it's Restore Your Mercedes, I believe is his website. Great guy. He does the repairs on those so you don't have to reprogram them. But what we're going to focus on today is the actual soft close. I'm going to show you once again on the trunk how that works. So once you get it to actually close, it will suction in that and then suction itself close. When you open it, it should pop that open. Each one of these individual ones can go bad. The trunk is actually a lot more accessible to fix because you're talking about this component here versus the doors where it's inside the door, very difficult to get to. I've tried replacing it myself and it's just almost impossible to get it in unless you really know what you're doing. You have to fish everything through very tight corners and you've got to tear apart your door padding and everything, which I've already gone ahead and did on this because I'm still trying to figure out why that's not working. And I'm going to show you how I know it's not the actual door mechanism, because once you get into here, I'm going to show you exactly where the pump is located. So the pump is located right here. So in order to access that, you're going to have to lift up first your pad here, okay? And once you lift that up, there's going to be these little clips that I went and removed because I wanted to show you how to remove them. So basically they slide into each other and press apart. So if this was actually in the vehicle, it would be inside like that. I'm going to show you when that's in there. What you can do is either take a car trim tool. They make one that actually splits open that works great. And then you can really protect these because these can get brittle. These are replaceable. They're not too expensive and you can get them online. But I just took a flathead and was very careful and pried it up around it. And then I just pulled it up with my fingers like so. So I'm going to show you, I went ahead and removed most of those already that are right there. So I'm going to pull this over to this side. Okay. And now the exact things that I'm talking about, here's one of them here. So you're basically going to pull that middle part out there. And then that's going to give you the capability of pulling them all out. So you're going to have them like right here. And I've already removed, I removed that one right there. I removed that one right there. Now the best thing to do is remove all of this, and so you're able to pull this whole thing out. There are quite a few clips up top on your speakers. You've got some basically casings that go over it too. But you can access this pump very easily just by taking off a few of these panels and sliding this one off to the side. And if you really need to, you can pull this one a little bit out of the way. But you're going to see a rubber box. I'm going to see if I can focus on that. That is located right behind all this wiring. And these are actually the hose lines that go to your doors for the soft close. So if you slide that out of the way, just be very careful. You're going to see that that actually attaches to your pump, which is located inside this box. Now, typically you have a cover. I think mine is removed right now because I've removed this quite a few times. Now, these pumps are replaceable without programming because they just activate the self-close. And what happens is over time, the motors become bad in these, and they are repairable as well. So that is another part that you can have refurbished. But if you look on eBay, a lot of times these cars get into wrecks. You can find one at a junkyard, and you can find one that's functioning really well. I had two of them, and I sold one of them because both the ones I had were working very well. Now, to test your doors, the best way that I found to do this, now there might be other ways, is these are your different doors, VL, VR, HD. Okay, so it's been a while since I did this, and I apologize. I couldn't find a diagram online, but what I did was I removed some of the hose lines and figured it out. So basically, your L's are going to designate your left side, your driver's side in the US, and your R's are going to signify the right side, your passenger sides in the US. So front is VL, that's your driver's door, and HL is your rear driver's side. Your VR is your passenger door, and your HR is your passenger door rear. So what I did was to show that, to kind of prove that my pump and everything was functioning, I went ahead and kind of swapped some of them around. I'm going to show you real quick. So VR is the one that I cannot get working. So if I put it on the HR, let me make sure I got this right, VR over on the HR, and I shut. So basically, if I keep this door where it should pull it shut, and I shut this back door, it's going to send the signal and it's going to pull the pump. So basically, in my case, something is lost in the communication from that door, and that tells the pump to activate. I've tried going through the whole door, so now my next step is to make sure even that the pump itself is fully functioning on the VR. So, being that there's nothing sending the signal for the VR, I have to play around with this and see if I can get that VR to work. One of the things I want to point out that I should have pointed out at the beginning of this video, and I'll probably throw it in the description and link, is to reset this pump. So a very, very common thing is these pumps need to be reset, because what happens is if there's a slow leak, or if something came loose, or if you just didn't shut your door enough for it to suction shut, your pump can time out and it will not work again till you reset it. And one easy way is to take out your number 9 fuse, which is this one right here, the 30 amp. And if you have your diagram there, you'll see it says closing aid system, and number 9's right there in the middle. So if you pull that out, you're going to want to wait about 30 seconds. That will completely reset your pump. So if it's timed out and it's not working, that's the easiest way to go through trying to resolve this. If that doesn't work, then you can go to replacing the pump, rebuilding the pump, or finding if something is just not functioning, like in my case. So the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and see what I can do about playing around with this. Make sure that that actual pump part is working. See if I can get it to shoot a signal. I'm going to figure out how I can do that and activate that pump. So I'm going to do that right now, playing around with it, and then I'm going to come back and tell you guys my conclusion. Alright guys, so hopefully I helped you guys out on knowing where the location of this pump is, the functions of this pump, how to reset that, and that is pulling fuse number 9, how to access this, and the difference between the soft closed door pump and the pump that is under the seat that controls your locks and other features up front. Because there's a lot of misconception about these. Some people order the wrong pumps, or they order the one for their door locks and they don't realize that it's specific to that car, needs to be programmed. So hopefully I helped you guys out with that. Now here's where I asked for your help. So I did as much research as I could without driving myself nuts on figuring out the wiring diagram on this and how to test this. What I'm thinking I want to do is try to jump the pump to kick on for the VR, which is the front right door that is not functioning. So I can't get this to actually send a pump to that door, although I know that the pump in the door works, if that makes sense. So now I'm actually starting to think that the issue could lie inside of this pump. There's a possibility that a wire got loose, but if I could at least test it from this plug, if that's possible, I would know that it either works and there is no issue internally, or if it doesn't work, then I most likely need to rewire internally just that VR function. So yeah, let me know if you guys know anything about that. Also just got done cleaning it up, so gonna do a quick view of that. Haven't shown this car in a while. Obviously it's under the carport, so I'm gonna do my best to kind of do a quick walk around for you guys and leave you with that. Once again, my name's Pete. This is Pete's Carport. We are gonna get to that bumper, I promise. We're gonna have the whole entire bottom area redone in black, and we're doing that with the Rust-Oleum spray paint. This side is the first side that I've actually done with the proper Rust-Oleum, and it came out absolutely phenomenal. There's no clear coat on that. It's been about 6 months, still looking awesome. So there's going to be a video on that. Other videos to come on this S500. Obviously I need to get the awesome 1967 200D project done so I can move this car out of here, bring it to my coffee shop, and we can start building the motor on our RX-8. And also we have the Volkswagen Passat 3.6. So stay tuned guys, lots to come. I'm planning on keeping these cars along with my wife's awesome 550 IGT, which is a freaking awesome car, very fast, awesome features. So stay tuned to the channel guys. Let me know what you need to know about this car, other cars I'm featuring. Let's learn together. My name's Pete. Have a wonderful day. Like, subscribe, and share.